Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea and I am a first time mom to Rose, who is a very noisy sleeper. So if you hear loads of noises, it's because she makes lots of noises when she sleeps. So I have made a mummy edition of my postpartum must-haves, and now I'm going to do a baby edition. So here goes. I hope you find this video helpful, and I promise not to make it too long. So my first tip or pointer, which is something I didn't really think of, is to think of what time of year you're having your baby. I don't know, I just didn't think that she was coming in the summer. I knew she was coming in the summer, but I didn't really match this up with her wardrobe. So basically, she obviously, with a baby and newborn, you still need to keep them relatively well covered, but in true UK fashion, we've had 3 heat waves since she's been born, and I had no rompers, hardly any dresses, other than really extravagant ones that my mum has bought, which are not suitable for everyday wear, unless you're feeling a bit extra, you know. So yeah, think of the time of the year that your baby has been born. Obviously it's easy to just order things next day, but then the things that you've bought for that time period that are not suitable for the weather obviously aren't going to fit because they're going to grow. So think of the time of the year and all the excitement. Don't be like me. That being said, it's very easy, as I said, to order stuff from John Lewis or Next, and it can come next day. Right. My next onto my must-haves. The first thing I'd recommend is, where is it? Oh, it's hiding behind it's actually hiding behind the camera. The next thing I recommend is to get a range of dummies and bottles. So first I'll talk about dummies. So we have this is a Tommee Tippy Closer to Nature dummy, and it comes in a 2-pack. Don't know where the other one is, but it comes in a 2-pack of blue and white, and she loves these. She doesn't like any other ones. We've tried the Man ones, we've got some Bibs ones that have her name on and are really pretty, but she prefers this one. So I would say get a range of dummies, because babies take to some and then they don't take to others, and have backup supplies because if you lose one and you're on a long car journey or something, you can't stop. A dummy is really helpful. I know some people are against them, but just do what's best for you. And if you do choose to use dummies, then you might have to try a few to see which one your baby likes. Next thing which I would recommend is a range of bottles. We use the Dr. Brown's ones, and I have Mam, got Tommee Tippy, I got Nuke, got a whole range. However, so she did take to basically all of them. However, she was getting lots of gas, and these are anti-colic bottles. I know the Tommee Tippy ones and the Man ones say they're anti-colic, but with drinking from this bottle, basically, she was bringing up more, she was doing burps and stuff like that better than from the other bottles. We don't give bottles that often, so if you're planning on just giving bottles once in a while, then it's worth buying these, because it's not you'll have to have loads and loads of bottles. It's just a one-off purchase. They're really, really good. And at first, basically, I didn't use these. I just started on the easier ones, because this has it has this bottle bit, and then it has obviously this cap, and then the nipple, then the top, and then these 2 extra pieces inside. But that technology is actually what helps to allow the baby not to swallow as much air. It sounds like I'm selling the bottle, but really, it really has worked for us. So I would recommend buying these if you can. I got them from John Lewis, but you can also get them from Amazon. So I'd recommend Dr. Brown's, but if not Dr. Brown's, just a range of bottles to try for your baby. Next thing which I have on her right now that I'd recommend is a cellular blanket. So in the UK, we all know the weather just does the most. 1 minute it's hot, and the next minute it's hailing. So obviously a cellular blanket keeps things cool when it's warm outside, and then warm when it's cool. Yeah, whatever. It basically works for all weathers. So I'd recommend having a cellular blanket, but also other blankets as well, depending on where you live in the UK. my next thing on the list, which I have put away, is zip sleep suits. Now, I was like, when I saw people recommend this before I had the baby, I was like, nah, like I'll just go with poppers because I feel like I'll zip the baby's skin. However, if you put a vest under the baby, you're not going to just be putting a sleep suit on without the vest. So that was a stupid way of thinking. Obviously, first time parent, don't know any better. So I got all with poppers, which I do regret because zips are so much easier in the night when you're trying to change the baby, trying to keep things quick and smooth. Excuse me, doing up all the poppers can just be very, very annoying, very long. There's been many times we've mismatched them, or she's like wiggling everywhere and it's just really hard. Whereas a zip, you just zip, done, dusted, and that's it. So I'd recommend zip sleep suits. She wants to make her presence known. They're more expensive and you get less in a pack, however they're really good. So I would recommend H&M or Next for those. And what we did, obviously because I bought them after the fact, I got like two zip sleep suits, and I used them only in the night time because in the daytime you have like more time, and I guess you might feel less tired than in the night time where the baby, especially in the first couple of weeks, is waking a lot and you just want to get the nappy changed quickly and feed them quickly if they're crying. Whereas with the poppers you have to like do it all up, and you have to do it all up, and it can just be, on top of tiredness, be very frustrating. So because we had obviously already invested in all the popper sleep suits, I then also decided to go with the two zip sleep suits, like alternating. I bought 3 nightgowns from John Lewis, which are also very helpful because it doesn't have any poppers. It basically just has this like gathered thing at the bottom, and then you can just pull it up, change the baby's nappy, and then pull it back down. And obviously she's older now. This is one size, which is the only annoying thing, so they don't have like a 6 months plus or something like that. So I'm gonna try and look for something similar to this. I know in America they're very popular, like they basically just have this and then you knot it at the bottom, but I don't know where you can get that from in the UK. But it's really easy because I guess it's easier for newborns are comfy and cozy in those things, but as babies get older, they obviously stretch out and they're moving more. But yeah, this is really, really easy. You just pull it up, change the nappy, and then get on with it. So yeah, this was from John Lewis. It's really cute and simple. It has the arms in as well, the hands in, sorry, so they won't scratch their face because newborns' nails grow at the speed of light, I'm telling you. So I'd recommend this as well from John Lewis. It was £8 for one, but it's worth it. You can get, basically if you get 3 of these and then you have 2 zip sleep suits, then that's 5. And if you do like 1 wash a week, then you're good to go. Sorry, that was a bit unnecessary math, but definitely would recommend this. On the topic of sleep, also would recommend a sleeping bag, or like I have the Love to Dream swaddle, and I got like the starter pack when it was on sale last October. Also need to talk on buying things really early. Don't do that, but we'll talk more on that in a bit. Love to Dream has like these sleeping bags, these swaddle sleeping bags, and they're zip ones. However, in true baby / parent fashion, she hated being swaddled. Like, I don't know, she just wanted to be free and wiggle. And the swaddle is basically meant to help with their startle reflex and stop them from waking themselves as much as they do. She didn't like that, so I basically had to, the newborn swaddle, zip swaddle, has everything tied down. Basically, she didn't like that, so then I transitioned to the next swaddle, which came in the pack, which allows you to be able to zip the arms off. So at the arm here, it has like zip, so you can zip it on and off. And we tried it with it zipped in, which means her arms are still swaddled. And how it's meant to work is when they start rolling, then you zip one arm off, and then when they can fully roll, or you feel that they're need to have both arms out, then you can let both arms out. She didn't like having her arms in, so we just zipped it off, and now we just sleep her in this, and she really likes it. It's really long, which suits her because she has a very long body, long limbs, so this is really good for her. But you can get, we also got one from Halo Sleep, same thing, it's 0.5 TOG, which is good for the summer, and then in the winter when it gets colder we'll get a heavier sleeping bag, but right now this works really well. So when it was really hot, when we had like the heat wave a few weeks ago, well last week basically, we just put her in this and a nappy, because this is 1.0 TOG, and then we've got another one which is 0.5 TOG. So so we just either do a vest or just this on its own, vest and a nappy, or just nappy and this, depending on the weather. Sorry, that was a lot. I hope you are still on track with me, because I'm laying down lots of information in a short space of time. Hopefully you're watching this before you're a new mum, because after you're a mum, the first couple of weeks I feel like you can't remember anything and everything's just a jumble. Anyways, let's keep moving. So the next thing I would recommend is vest, sleeveless vest, which is another thing. I guess being a first time mom, I had vests, but I had loads of vests with sleeves, which doesn't really work for wearing it under sleep suits, because it's not going to be comfortable. Imagine wearing like something with sleeves under something that already has sleeves. Like, it just didn't work, because it just doesn't work. So sleeveless vests to put under your sleep suits, get them from Next or H&M or Matalan. I basically didn't have enough, and in the first couple of weeks babies poo loads, and she kept pooing and doing like explosions. It was just going everywhere and we're just running out, so I had to top up basically with loads of them. So I'd recommend getting at least 12. I had 12. I know that sounds excessive, but if you don't want to wash every day, get at least 12 of these things. They're really, really good. Let me just pull out my phone so I can make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, so the next few things are, the next two things are must-haves. So wipes. We use water wipes, which are a bit more expensive than any other wipes. However, I haven't tried out, the only wipes I've tried out is Eco by Natty. Don't do it. Those or their nappies, the nappies leak, the wipes just, I feel like they're too dry. They don't have enough moisture in them, so you have to use more to actually clean the baby. And then if you're using more, then you're just having to obviously replenish them more and spend more money. So I'd recommend water wipes. My mum actually bought us a pack of 18, and that lasted us 9 weeks, so that was really good. And now from Amazon we've just subscribed to get a pack of 12 every month. So I definitely recommend water wipes, but obviously shop around, see what works best for you. That's the thing, like with babies, you have to see what works best for you and your baby, your price range or whatever, because one thing might work for one person and then it just doesn't work for you, and you have to just keep going, keep persevering until you find the right thing. And next, obviously, what goes with wipes? Nappies. I have tried loads of different nappies. I've tried Eco by Natty, which I do not recommend, Kit and Kin, which I do recommend. They're the best for us so far. It's £8 for one pack, but you can also subscribe to their website and you can get them from Boots, and they have worked the best for us, so I will recommend those. I've tried Pampers. They're a bit hit and miss. Sometimes they leak, sometimes they don't. But the last couple of times I've used them, they've leaked and the poo has gone all up her back, just everywhere, and it's just awful. And it is the right size. We're doing it on properly. One thing that Pampers is good for, which we never knew, it was so funny when we realised that when they wee and it's full, it like has a line that goes along the centre, but we didn't know this. We're like, what's that for? And then I was doing some research on the internet, looking at different nappies, and I realised that that's what that line is for. Is anyone with me? Did anyone not know this? Because I felt so silly, but obviously first time parent again, so I didn't know. My husband and I were just amazed. Good technology, but for me, Pampers are a bit hit and miss for us. Again, different for every baby and every parent. So again, range, try out a range, see what works best for you. We are transitioning to this reusables, however we will be using disposables from time to time, and we will stick with kit and kin because I say we will. My husband just lets me get on and do whatever I suggest is best. Next thing, the last few things are a baby carrier. So this is essential, especially when your baby doesn't want to be put down. We did have a cloth one, and for me that really hurt my back, also hurt my husband's back, and we are quite strong, so I mean it works good for some people, like with all things that I've mentioned, and for some people it doesn't. But with the Ergo Baby, it's very supportive and cushioned, and also when they get proper neck control and they can sit up, you can face them outwards, and I just think it's amazing. It's quite pricey, but it's a good investment because it protects your back, and she loves it in there. She always sleeps, and you can get stuff done around the house while the baby naps in there like a little kangaroo, and it's all nice and cozy, so I would recommend that. Next thing, which is kind of out of view, but I'll put a video in here, is a mobile. My mum bought this mobile. It is amazing. She loves it. It's the Tiny Love mobile. There's lots of mobiles out there, but I'd recommend having a mobile attached to your cot, because, or crib, whatever you call that thing over there, because yeah, I think babies love it. They love the music, and it's very fascinating to watch the little things going round. She loves it so much, and it brings us so much joy to see how much she loves it. So I definitely recommend it. It gives you a moment to pop to the toilet, or it also gives them stimulation and something new to look at and learn and follow with their eyes. So it's good for development and learning, but also gives us parents a break. So I would definitely recommend a mobile. And the last thing on my list is a rocker. And right now I'm going to tell you, first of all, which I mentioned earlier, don't buy things, like don't buy loads of things before the baby comes and be like, I may need this or I may need this. Sometimes you just have to wait and see, because babies like some things and then they hate other things, and maybe some people will gift you things that you weren't expecting them to gift you, and then you end up with loads of things and it's just too much. So get a rocker, or wait till the baby comes, see what you need, because then you'll save more money. 2, get a rocker that rocks itself, because when you're tired and you put the baby in a rocker for a break, you don't want to be using your foot to rock them and your hand, and you just want to relax and just basically die on the sofa. So in hindsight, I would have got a rocker that rocks her on her own. In the beginning stages, when we first put her in it, we had to rock her all the time, whereas now she's quite happy to sit in there and just look around and babble and whatever. But if you want to save yourself some time, some money, just, well, not maybe money, because the ones that rock for themselves are more expensive, but if you want to just have a moment of relaxation, get a rocker that rocks itself. We have the Maxi Crazy one, and she does like it, but as I said, it'll be good to not have to rock her while she's in it, whilst you're trying to eat your lunch or dinner, or just want to relax and chill out. So those are all of my recommendations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!